Hello friends, welcome to Fire Emblem 7. This is Hector's final maps. This is light. Today we do not get to bring everyone that we would like to. We instead have to bring 12 people. Included in there are Athos, Nils, and our 3 lords. Let's take a quick look at who we got. We have Hector, carrying a wolf bale, an arm adze, and a hand axe just in case. We have Nils, who is holding 4 staves and a holy tome, just so we don't have to have everyone with full inventories, because enemies will drop stuff, and we will use that stuff to kill more enemies. Eliwood has his Durandal, which is all he should be using. He also has a Lance Reaver, just in case, and a Silver Blade, should it all go to shit, and we need more weapons. Lynn has her Wodao and Solkadi, and should those both break, she has a Silver Sword. Athos, he will have a 4 Blaze, that's all he will be casting. If he has to cast more than 10 times total, doubling, we have made terrible mistakes. He also comes with a Silent Staff, a Berserk Staff, and a Physic Staff. Priscilla is our staff bot. Yes, she can do damage. No, we do not want her to do damage. She has a Physic Staff to heal from range, a Recover Staff to heal someone to full from right next to her, a Fortify Staff to heal everybody in range, a Sleep Staff in case someone gets unruly, and a Warp Staff for when that door opens to warp someone up and kill the Berserk Bishop before he can do anything stupid. Nino is here to do damage. She has a Heal Staff because she can't do much with staffs. She has 2 Elfires and a Fimbulvetter. She will, I assume, inherit a Anima Tome from somewhere, and if she doesn't, then Urk will. We'll get to Urk in a second, because I thought he was next to her, but he's not. Canas has Luna, a Siege Tome, and Flux. His Siege Tome sucks. It halves enemy HP, instead of, just murdering them outright. It's fine. Luna is going to do all of the work. Canas has 29 magic, so Luna will do 29 damage. Sometimes it only does 28, and I don't know why. It ignores resist, but it has no might, so it just says, hey, I do my magic to a target, and that's pretty good. And the places it's not good, he has Flux, or he'll get, Hrelsberger? No, he'll get something. No, Fimbulvetter's the white one. It's Hrist something? I forget. He'll get it. He's the only dark magic user we have. We have no light magic user except Athos, who must use 4 Blaze. He can have Areola on him and use that to not have to use 4 Blaze, but then he has to use 1 fewer staff, or he can't be the one to kill stuff, because he wouldn't have any inventory spaces. Lowen is here because he's awesome. He's capped at basically everything. I think he could get more HP if he wanted to. He has a sword rank and an axe rank that we don't care about. He has a lance rank. He's carrying a silver lance, a javelin, a heavy spear, and an axe reaver. He's going to be capable of hitting anything he feels like. Fiora, also going to be capable of hitting anything she feels like. Silver lance, brave lance, short spear, Delphi shield. Those couple archers aren't going to be a problem for her. They would be a problem for Heath, except that spear is Vida's spear and is giving him untouchable stats. He's great. We're cheating, but who cares? Urk. Urk's here because he has 28 magic and 26 speed and an S rank in blowing stuff up. If Nino doesn't get the tome from whatever boss drops in the Anima Tome, Urk will get it for sure. She's not coming. She gave her Delphi shield to her sister. She's not coming. Here's why. Fiora has the same stats as Farina, and it was a toss-up. And Fiora's a little bit cuter. That's it. It's the final chapter, friends. Strap in. Marlinus is not coming with us, which is why we have to be slightly careful about inventory management. Also, lol, Hector, you're not going to fight this by yourself. Canos with Flex deals 30. Canos with Linda deals 29. That is why he has a Flex Tome. As stuff starts to have better resists, we'll be using the Luna more. Uhai. Uhai drops a Rheinfleisch. Uhai is the absolute worst asshole in this map. He is the toughest to deal with. He is the hardest to kill. He is not doubleable by anybody because of his speed. Except, of course, for Heath. And if we did the math right, we'll just crit with Fiora instead. Whatever. We now have a Rheinfleisch. No one in our army can use it because 1, we killed Will, and 2, Lynn doesn't have the right stats, and 3, there's no 3. Anyway. I don't know the exact order, but I think the next door is this door. It's not cool. Hey, I think Fiora now capped her luck too. She didn't. She has a lot of luck to go. Okay, up here is Kenneth. He drops loose. We still don't have anyone that can use it. We have a Fimbulvetter, a Bolting, and a Physic on this Sage. We have a Geshpenst. That is Canos. I want to make sure Canos gets it. Come to us, Mr. Bolting. Don't bolt from there. Nope. Not gonna work. Over here we have a Basilicos for Hector because we don't have another axe user. This is why we have Luna. We don't have it because of this guy. Fuck this guy. He's not any good at all. Everyone wants some Priscilla. When we have killed everything, these doors open. Here's Luna. Smug as ever, Kenneth. We got loose. I'm half tempted to give it to Athos, however, whatever. Little Lady Nino. Gets her kill. Gets an HP. Ooh, she still needed stats. She still needs stats. I'm amazed. Eliwood versus Brandon. Heath versus Brandon. We got a Basilicos. Sorry you're on your bow, Mr. Morph. Darren has a Rex Hasta. Lowen's gonna appreciate that. Most of the rest of us are gonna stay well away from some of these guys. Down here, he's annoying with a rune sword. And Ursula has an Excalibur. She slightly beats Nino with that. She sorta beats Urk with it. She has a 5% crit, which I don't like. I think we're just gonna Athos. And how do we attack again? With Nils. And how do we get the Excalibur where we want it to go? By magic, of course. Make sure Athos is healed. One door left. Okay, Lowen, don't die. And I guess you might as well do something, right? Okay. Only 2 damage. I was very worried there for a second. Want to see a fun trick? He's now equipped with the Rexastia. Lloyd has a Regal Blade. It's gonna kill anything he looks at funny. Linus has a Brave Sword and a Tomahawk. No damage. Fimblevetter. Nino still getting the left side stat ups. Magic and skill to go still. Will we do 30? No. The Brave Sword is a pretty cool sword. Ugh. Lynn doesn't have the constitution to use her named weapon. Where's Heath? Get the fuck over here. Oh. When in doubt, ask Heath. Can I have the Regal Blade? Yes, you can. Okay. Berserk Bishop. That's an Nurgle, he's annoying. What's more annoying are Berserk Bishops. Or, sorry, Berserk Druids. However, this guy's pretty annoying too. Cannot silence Nurgle. Reinforcements everywhere. Everybody in the pool. Hector plus Eliwood equals... Get wrecked, son. Ereshkigal is pretty good. However, Ereshkigal is not Durandal plus Armads. Why must I lose? Quintessence? The world's been saved, except it hasn't. So these are dragons. Bremamond, what's up? Deus Ex Magia. Deus Ex Ninian. La 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 la, I'm Ninian, get fucked. Bye, Bremamond. Bye, Ninian. Okay, we have a dragon to kill. We get to use the same people we just had. The dragon has a lot of HP. We have less HP than the dragon does. Can we kill it in one turn? That is the question. I don't know how he doesn't double that. Gaze upon them doing no damage with anyone except a very small set of characters. I think we're fine because we can damage, and then Priscilla just goes fortify and everyone's okay, so yeah. Here's Hector. He likes to ask if you're mad. Here's Eliwood. He's less good than Hector with this sword, somehow. Here's Athos. Canonically, this would let everyone else hit him. And, like last time, Luna doesn't care about your invulnerabilities. It only knows that you have resistance, and it doesn't care. Luna, perhaps the best spell in the game. The higher your enemy res is, the better Luna is. Friends help friends. Athos dies, Remamon dies. Well, he's gonna go to bed forever again. I've lived a long, long time, but now I'm done. And so are you. Don't play this game again. You've done it too many times. You have 105 videos that you're compiling into this series. As I lay dying, I see many things. Oh, no. Son of a bitch. I see bad things. I see turmoil. I see Fire Emblem 6. Do not fear. Your son will do something. The fan theories about Ninian and Eliwood are interesting. A lot of it comes from the Japanese text and not the English translation. But apparently, if you read that, Ninian loves Eliwood basically from the moment she sees him. Like, after he rescues her, she's like, what the fuck? And then it goes from that to, like, her loving him more as like a person and not just an identity, and then he falls in love with her by the end of the game if you have the support. And there's a bit of a questionable stance on the ending, like, is Nils really happy without Ninian? Does Nils really want to be there by himself? And then maybe Nils becomes a dragon god in one of the other universes of Fire Emblem, and Ninian is happier here because if she had gone home, she would never have been truly happy. And it's like, but you've known this guy like 2 weeks. It's like, but sometimes you just know, I guess. And people are like, Nils is really sad when he goes through the thing because you say, oh, his sad look, and then they like the picture of it is Nils like being happy that he finally doesn't have to worry about Ninian and could be like a little dragon boy back in the other realm, which is absolutely another Fire Emblem realm. And her text there in Japanese is not like please please don't forget me. It's her saying like I could never possibly forget you. Please feel the same way. I want to live a long time. I don't have your curiosity. See, like, does he look sad? And that's the end of Hector. Hector doesn't have an A rank with anyone, so he's not getting married to somebody. I'll succeed him at everything. It absolutely will be difficult, Hector. Yep, your daughter will experience it, buddy. There won't be too much guiding of you. You'll be a very old man at that point. So that was fun. That was long. Hector mode is, I think, has easier maps as a whole than Eliwood does, until you get to hard mode, and then Hector hard mode is far harder than Eliwood hard mode. But the unit placements on Hector are, I think, a lot easier to deal with than the unit placements on Eliwood. We had some great maps early on. Take a guess where the arenas are. I want you to take a wild guess where you think the arenas are. you think it might be that one? The other arena was the 30-turn map. We took 739 turns. The ending is going to be pretty much the same as the rest because we didn't do supports. Anyone with an S-rank support, they have a cool pairing. Either getting married or just hanging out and being bros, or I think the Pegasus Knights, if you get the right combination of them, they'll do stuff. Hector will marry the last Pegasus Knight girl, the short blue-haired one. He can marry one of the other Pegasus riders. Can he marry both the blue-haired ones? I think he might be able to marry the purple-haired one. I don't know. There's like, he has like 6 romantic entanglements. Or he and Eliwood as A rank just kind of go traipsing through the fields as Lord Ostia and Lord Foray. Guy, mounted swordsman. Don't lie, Guy never had a horse, can never get a horse, will never have a horse. If Urk gets married, he doesn't follow the study of Pent right away. He never takes Pent's job. Florina plus Kent is an interesting pairing. Sane was great right up till the end of the game when he just stopped getting stats. Will died. I didn't want to reset the map and play that for another half an hour. Lucius did not play a role like he did in our last playthrough. I wanted to use Raven. Raven did also not play a role. Our dart wasn't any good. It's kind of difficult for dart to not be good, but he wasn't. Nils vanished through the gate. I don't think he had a lick of sorrow. What I saw was absolutely not sorrow. Like, he might be sad at losing his sister, but he's not sorrowful about it. Wrath, he existed. We recruited him this time. Farina. She's all about the money. At least she's mostly about the money. Pent went back to live with his wife. Already married, doesn't have a romance option with anyone other than his wife. Nino, she was pretty fantastic. She wants to go home and see her family. Not her family, but her adopted family. I don't think she knows where her real family is. She does serve Zephiel. She's an idiot. Renault. No one knew who he was. No one knew where he went. No one knows anything about him. He existed on one map and he cast a couple spells. Athos died. Merlinus. He's a merchant. He got attacked 16 times and no one could do a single point of damage to him. It was great. Lynn died in an arena like 8,400 times. Eliwood and Ninian got married. The sad part is Ninian does not live very long. Hector's wife does not live very long either. They are claimed by the time the next war starts. This is Hector and Eliwood, 15 years later. He was, yeah, that's not the word they use. I've been wanting to introduce you to Roy. Hello! I'm Roy. I'm not yet the lord that I will be. I'm probably as good of a fighter, though. LOL. Hello, Lilina. Lilina, let's be friends. She looks just like me, doesn't she? I'm always on top of my duties. But when I'm around you, I want to be a teenager again. It's a strange tale. At first I heard the prince was killed. But then, it was the king. Something's happening in Bern. Can I show Roy my pony? For the sake of our children's futures. Let's not have them get wed or anything. That would be terrible. We cannot be politically married. Meanwhile, in Bern. For what reason have you awakened a demon dragon? Who are you? I'm that fucking dragon. Oh. And that's Fire Emblem 7. I think we're going to do Ogre Battle next, and then I guess we'll do Fire Emblem 6, and then we can either do Fire Emblem 4, which is basically Fire Emblem. If you knew Irish history, then you'll hate it, or love it, or both. And then there's Fire Emblem Path of Radiant Dawn, which is Path of Radiance plus Radiant Dawn. Those are going to need different emulators, because I'm not buying a GameCube and a $400 Fire Emblem game to make videos that maybe 5 people will see. Maybe one day people will watch this series and be like, I missed when this guy put out videos on a regular basis. Until then, friends, it won't be too long before I see you. But I will see you then. For Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Have a good one.